So to start with, the urls.py is the starting point. If we look into line number 5, URLs pattern equal to this. This list defines all the URL routes of the application. In line number 7, we have this. When user opens the root URL, Django calls the home view. In line number 8, this route captures item ID from URL and calls edit view for updating the record. Edit view, this one. And the last route, this calls the delete view to remove a record. So the CRUD operation is happening. And now we move on to the views.py file. Here we have in line number 4, let us move to line number 4, we have item list. This list stores all records temporarily in the memory. In line number 5, this variable is used which acts as an auto increment ID. Now let us come to a very important function, home, which we have already seen in urls.py. This function handles both form submission and displaying the record. So this one is responsible for both the operations. In line number 9, this context dictionary is used to send data to the template. In line number 12, we look into this line number 12, not line number 13. If we look into this request dot method equal to post, this check whether the form is submitted or not. If the form is not submitted, this is not going to work. In line number 14 to this till gender, that is 17, if we look into here, these lines retrieve form input values, basic HTML tags that retrieves form input values. In line number 19, we have the get list, which is used to retrieve multiple checkbox values. Since checkbox has multiple values, so obviously this is going to retrieve the multiple values. And this join languages, dot join languages, it converts the list of languages into comma separated string. And thereafter we have this one, where this validates required fields, whether the all fields are there or not, and then this increments ID counter. This item list append, this line adds a new record into the list. So this is for adding a new record. It is a very important line. Now let us talk about line number 31. This sends data into the template. This is responsible for sending data into the template, and this line return render request this render index template with data. Now if we come to index.html for understanding most of it, we will come to index.html. In index.html, from line number 14, this form is starting. These are the basic boilerplate that we have for HTML, and here is the bootstrap link. This is for enhancing the look, and this is also bootstrap. We can just simply copy and paste it from bootstrap. Let us look into the main element and focus on to that. So line number 14, we have a form. This form sends user input to home view. So this all is responsible for that. And a very important line over here is CSRF token. Now CSRF token is required for Django form security. Similarly, we have another very important line, which is this one. This checks if records exist or not. And another similar line we have this one. This loops display all records. Then we have a HTML table. This helps in tuple indexing, is used to display values. Item.0, this is the ID. Item.1 is the first name. Item.2 2 is the last name, and so on. Now, as we were discussing, let us come on to the next very important line, which is this one. This line is responsible for sending the record ID to the delete. Sorry, not to the delete, to the edit view. And this one sends the record ID to the delete view. Now let us come to the views.py file. Again, here we have this edit view request comma item ID. This function updates the existing record after getting a call from there. And in line number 37, if we look, we will get to know that this converts the URL ID from string to an integer. In line number 42, we have this, which is a list which loops through the list to find record, and the if condition checks if it matches the record ID. And in line number 55, not 55 exactly, let me just check, in line number 60, this updates the selected record. This entire thing, it updates the selected record. And this last line, it redirects back to the home page. Now let us come to edititem.html. This works when the form is pre-filled. Okay, so the different DOM elements that we have are already pre-filled over here. So here we have something important, which is this. Now what is this? This prefills the first name, this prefills the last name, this, and so on. So I'm not explaining it one after another, but this is the sequential thing. Now in line number 20, in line number 30, not 20, 30. In line number 30, if we see, this preselects the gender and the checkboxes as well. Now if we come to the delete function of views.py file, we will see that this function deletes the record. And this line, this filters list and removes selected item. So basically, what did we learn from all of it? User submits the form, home view stores the data, home view, which is this one, this is storing the data, index template displays table, and edit button updates the record, and delete button removes the record.